Professor Singh, this is
Yeah,
the Global Digest think tank group. Why don't you briefly introduce where are you and what are you doing, your background to our audience?
I am an expert in geopolitics based in Hong Kong. I run a think tank in Hong Kong in geopolitics and international affairs. And also my expertise is on traditional Chinese strategy, which is a very new subject, okay? About, yes, applying the traditional Chinese strategy wisdom, okay, in the analysis and the current geopolitics, okay. So I sometimes write papers and articles and analysis, and sometimes give interviews to the television on current politics.
Great, great. So, by the way, Hong Kong is a separate administration or is still separate from mainland China, or
Yes.
it's almost everything is under mainland China? How can you say that?
Oh, I think legally speaking or strictly speaking, Hong Kong still has a independent administration from the mainland China. Although okay, in recent years there are some chaos happens in Hong Kong, so
Right.
that China, the central government of China, will give more attention. I think the main reason behind is not to interfere the local administration of Hong Kong, but the Beijing government fear that Hong Kong will be used as a basis from the foreign powers, to interfere the Chinese own domestic politics. That's why China's keep a more tight eye on the Hong Kong administration.
I see. So, but I don't see any foreign power in Hong Kong. So why mainland China, Beijing has a kind of they feeling, they risk, they
I
fear
think
about foreign
I
power.
think China concern is not about the military or obvious interference from the foreign powers. I think China's, like other countries, is mainly concerned about any covert activities, from the foreign infiltrating agents from other country. I don't mean just point out to the United States. In fact, I think China, for the reason of national security, is very concerned about any infiltration of foreign agents from different countries. So I think that's the main point here.
But
Although I think that China will strike a balance, because if China, the Beijing government, hold it too tight, on the administration of Hong Kong,
right,
it may scare off some foreign investment from overseas countries.
right. But I guess there are a lot of uh, Beijing army in Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
There's no British or no any American base in Hong Kong. Only
Yeah.
the army from Beijing, right?
Yeah.
So in terms of security, it's absolutely controlled by Beijing. I don't see that Beijing should be, fear about Hong Kong in terms of security issue, right?
I think military intervention from military operations or attacks from foreign armies is I think don't think will be a likely issue, for the Beijing government. What Beijing government concern is about the covert or political warfare. You can see political warfare. In fact, in the colonial period, before the 1997,
Right,
the United Kingdom, the British government also maintains a so-called special branch secret police department in Hong Kong. So although the target is opposite, because Hong Kong at that time, the British government did not want to the mainland communist infiltration from the mainland.
right.
So the opposite way, China don't want the infiltration from the foreign countries. So that I think a national security apparatus is a usual norm for many countries, including the democratic country. But whether it will the control is tighter, looser, or flexible or stringent will depend on the circumstances at that particular period.
Right, but right now there is no foreign secret service or British secret service or American secret.
We don't know.
Nobody, right?
No, we don't know because they are secret. Okay, how
I
can we
mean,
know?
not official base.
No official. Okay, not official. But as
So,
you can see,
of course,
the foreign agents will have different covers. Okay, they
right.
may be teachers, maybe professors, maybe lawyers, maybe diplomats. Okay, maybe journalists. Okay, maybe merchants.
Of
Okay,
course,
yeah, it means because it's secret. Okay, we cannot be sure. Okay, I'm not a spy. Okay, you are not a spy. We cannot be sure.
right.
But there may be some. Okay, but maybe it's not some. Okay. So also Beijing also claims that they have no spy in overseas, but I think it's not true. It's not correct. Okay, all country in the world. Okay, have spies. Okay,
Of
because
course,
spies is the second oldest profession in human history. Okay.
right.
Okay.
So,
The first oldest occupation is prostitute, and the second oldest occupation is spy. Okay.
I
So
see.
that spy it cannot be eradicated. Okay. So that I think also although the extent of it or the concern will be different, okay, in different situations, okay. But in
Right.
the current context, I can you see that there are chaos in the current geopolitics, in particular the Middle East and Europe, okay. So that every nation will pay more attention to the national security.
Right. So not just Hong Kong, the spies can be in Beijing or Shanghai
Yeah,
or across mainland
yeah,
Asia. So
yeah,
that is no need
yeah,
to fear only Hong Kong.
yeah, not only Hong Kong. Although in some countries there may be more spies, okay. In some cases maybe less spy, okay. It
Right.
depends on the geopolitical significance of that country, okay. For example, in the Middle East, okay, in the Europe, okay, in some of Southeast Asia may be spies. Also, when some hotspot appear, okay, then we will spy to join them, okay. So it depends, okay. But I trust that I believe that not 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 all people are spies, but there are spies and everywhere. Also, there are different types of spies. Some are professional spies, okay. Some are recruiters, okay. Some betray their own country. So there, I have written a book in Chinese, okay, called The World History of Espionage. Okay. So a spy not only on foreign spies. In fact, internal security is also a type of spy. Okay. The Catholic Church Pentagon also has a spy intelligence agency.
Right.
Yeah, this is also a spy. Okay, the Holy See. Okay,
No.
yeah, this is correct. This is true. This is a real story. Okay, so
Right.
that spy is everywhere. Is normal. Okay, if there is human, there is spies.
So far, Hong Kong as agreement between Hong Kong and Beijing, there is
Yeah,
uh, one country, two system. So
yes,
Hong Kong is still
yeah,
democracy system. Also,
yeah,
Macau is democracy system. It's
and
different from mainland China, right?
yeah.
So it's going well, or how did you see it's any? I saw a few years ago there was a lot of protests. It means
Yeah.
democracy is a little bit deteriorated. How do you think democracy can be survived in Hong Kong, and how the healthy of democracy in Hong Kong at the moment?
I think Hong Kong diplomacy may not be may not be the same, okay, exactly the same, okay, from the Western or Western Europe country, okay, because first of all, it's not an independent country, it's still a region, okay, administrative region under the
Right,
central government of China, okay, And second, China still hesitated, okay, to have a full democratic government in Hong Kong, okay, because it's in particularly after the protests, okay, in the recent years.
Right.
But however, I think the Hong Kong administration or the Hong Kong system will not go into that extreme like the system in central mainland China. One issue which will easily neglected, okay, or ignored or by mainstream scholars is that one purpose of making or formation government to maintain at least okay some democracy or autonomy in Hong Kong is to use it to set an example for Taiwan.
I see.
Yeah, if China totally control Hong Kong like the mainland, okay, Taiwan will distance from China far away. Okay, you can see, you told me the Beijing government told Taiwan that Taiwan can also be a one country, two system, although Taiwan will not accept easily, okay? But so that I think one political purpose or one political motive, okay, to keeping Hong Kong as a semi-autonomous or semi-democratic region is to set an example for Taiwan. So
I see.
Once Taiwan is not unified, okay, unification is not take place for the right now time being, and I don't think it will total unification in the near future. Hong Kong still will be kept as a semi-autonomy and democratic state as a sample for Taiwan. So I think a totally transition to a entire democratic state like the West, I think is not maybe possible. But keeping to a semi-autonomy and democratic situation is, I think, is a likelihood.
Right. Although we don't know Taiwan will be accepted or not, but I
Yeah,
think it has to do a lot of effort to persuade Taiwan and to
yeah,
convince
yeah,
Taiwan to
yeah,
unify.
yeah,
It's they are not like kids.
yeah,
Taiwan is no more kid. It's full grown
yeah,
guy, so it's not easy to easily take over or
yeah. So
compete.
when we sometimes to discuss for the last some regional, the Hong Kong problem or the Taiwan problem, okay, we should not only look at Hong Kong or Taiwan, okay, we must look into the whole situation of China and also the current politics, in particular the relations between the United States and China. Okay,
Right.
all these are related. Okay, we cannot see only the cake. Okay, we can see the tree. We can see the whole forest, and then we can take. We'll have more insights and observations.
Right. I think mainland China, Beijing has to do a lot of things and a lot of effort to convince Taiwan and their own, even one party communist system still also
Yeah,
not reliable. They will see, the
yeah,
Taiwan will
yeah,
see, even
yeah,
they don't have
yeah,
regular election or regular
yeah,
changes.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
many
yeah,
eyes looking them, so it's a lot of things to effort. But Hong Kong is still, democracy so far is
yeah,
still working, we can say. And Hong Kong, interesting is Hong Kong is still richest city,
yeah,
financial hub in
yeah,
Asia compared
yeah,
to Singapore, Taiwan, even South Korea. Hong Kong still rich. So
yeah,
how Hong Kong do you think can maintain or well able to maintain financial hub in Asia? It's still survival in one country, two systems, and is Hong Kong helpful a lot of financial system for mainland China?
Now, I think at Hong Kong, if Hong Kong want to remain to sustain as a financial center in the world or maybe in Asia, okay, I think two things is very important. The first issue is about that Hong Kong still has a sophisticated legal system, okay, but also a freedom and flow of capital, which is not a case for many countries. You
Right.
can see in Taiwan, okay, in Taiwan also, Taiwan is also a free economy. The inflow and outflow of capital is also restricted. Okay, there is still some exchange control. Okay, even in China, okay, China is more stringent. Okay, it's this for sure. But in Hong Kong, in fact, okay, up to the present moment, the free flow of capital is very easy. Okay, I
No
think this is
restriction.
yeah, no restriction. You can fall in, fall out, fall in, unless you are money laundering. Okay, if no money laundering, okay, you can make money forward again, forward outside Hong Kong and then inward, outside inward, very easy. Okay, very fast. Okay, no quantity, unless it's related to money laundering. Okay, this is a separate matter.
Right.
Okay, okay. Okay. Another one is about the laws. Okay, we are not talking about political side of law, but other civil law and commercial law. Okay, also because it succeeded the British system. Okay, British system. Okay, so that I think it can very be accepted by the investment. Okay, so that I think this is very important. Okay, there are other supporting features. For example, the personnel, the language, okay, the human capital. Okay,
I see.
all these are very important to keep Hong Kong as a financial center. Another issue is that Hong Kong, if Hong Kong want to compete, okay, with, for example, with Singapore, okay, or with Tokyo, okay, Hong Kong is not like them, okay? It's unlike Tokyo and Singapore. Hong Kong's survival still, okay, relies on the proximity with China. Okay. So, okay, from before I talk about the political significance of Hong Kong as a example for Taiwan. Economically, I think China still want to keep Hong Kong as a financial center. Okay. Indeed, okay. In fact, China's financial system or China's financial infrastructure compared with Hong Kong, okay, need to a lot of improvement, still need improvement. So that from Beijing's perspective, China still want to Hong Kong as a opening for the investment, outflow capital, and financial transaction. So that I think Hong Kong still play a role not only for his own sake purpose, but as an opening and transaction channel, okay, for the Chinese economy and finance. So that, okay, if these two issues are maintained or are still very important, and then Hong Kong will remain a very special condition or a situation or the place for chosen from the foreign investor, because many foreign investors maybe they choose between Singapore and Hong Kong. They choose Hong Kong not necessarily because Hong Kong is good, but because Hong Kong is near China. Okay, so that Hong Kong economy, yes, okay, is still an international financial center, but to an extent and to a substantial extent, okay, what is value or advantage is because it's close proximity to China.
Right. You have a lot of advantage, and Beijing totally accept that Hong Kong should remain independent financial institution. And as you said, a lot of international investor still keep coming in Hong Kong. So it means the Hong Kong is still important
Yeah.
financial hub in Asia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
many factor Hong Kong.
In fact, okay, you when you mentioned the central bank, okay, I think the China bank, okay, now but China mainland itself has a central bank, okay, called
Right.
People's Bank, okay. Now, but the Bank of China also has a branch in Hong Kong, okay,
Right.
which is issue currency, okay. Now, the Bank of China is not the only bank to issue currency. There is Hong Kong Bank, Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation, okay, and also the Standard Chartered Bank. So that there are three banks to issue currency, okay. Also, there is separate and another independent organization or government authority called the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, okay, which plays a important role of central bank. So I think China Bank is not the only or the sole central bank in Hong Kong. Okay, their function, the central bank function in Hong Kong is separated. Okay, separated. In terms of monetary policy, okay, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority is responsible. Although maybe it has some understanding of cooperation with the Hong Kong Bank China. Okay, so that I don't think it is a very serious problem. Okay, for the Hong Kong to have such a special financial authority arrangement. I think the World Bank or the IMF may be changed or may not be the sole regulator in international. You can see that this is a trend of alternative economic order in the geopolitics. Okay, you can see the BRICS, okay, and also the de-dollarization, trend, so that I don't think, in fact, everything can be changed in the future. Okay, when the situation is changed, okay, the infrastructure and the institutional will also change, okay, to reflect the reality. So that I don't think it will be a problem. Although there may be challenge, okay, I think it can be resolved, okay, gradually. That's I'm confident it is not will cause a serious problem to the finance and economy in Hong Kong and China. Yeah. In fact, I know that some smaller island country also use other currency, other country. For example, in some Pacific island, they may use Australian dollars.
I see.
The same. They have $2, they have their own dollars. Because I think it is not feasible and not in the best interest to issue their own currency. Okay. They can just to, and you see, in Macau, okay, Macau, we can use Hong Kong dollars. Everyone go to Macau, okay, Macau is another administration region, okay, near Hong Kong. When we go to Macau, we pay Hong Kong dollars, okay, they accept,
I see.
Okay, because Hong Kong currency is more flow, okay, the flow of the use, okay, it's better than the Macau dollars. Okay, so I said, as you said before, the central bank can use the US dollars. Okay.
I see. So
even you have recorded the Argentina president say that they want to use US dollars.
I see.
So it is possible. Okay, I think it is possible.
I see.
No need to issue its own currency, but use US dollars for the time being.
I see.
Yeah.
Macau also have their own Macau Central Bank.
Yeah, they have.
Then, so now you are Hong Kong citizen or you are a China citizen?
No, I am Hong Kong citizen. I do not have. I cannot get the passport from China.
I see. So you
Because
cannot have both of them.
Yeah, I cannot go to China to stay for a very long period of time. I cannot have political right in mainland China. I can only get my passport from the Hong Kong. Okay, so my passport is Hong Kong passport, not the China passport.
I see.
So they're different. Yeah.
See. So mainland China cannot also have a Hong Kong passport, right?
Yes. Unless once you have for example, Hong Kong, the people mainland China can go to the Hong Kong for get a I think it's citizenship, okay? But once you get the Hong Kong citizenship, your Chinese citizenship at least will be cancelled.
See, you have
Okay.
separate passport,
Yeah, separate passport. Okay. You either get one, either get the Hong Kong passport or get either a China passport. But I think we cannot get a China passport. Okay. But the China people can move to live in Hong Kong and get a Hong Kong passport.
Also, maybe Macau has separate passport.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Macau has Hong Kong its own passport.
you have 3 passports in one country.
Free passport.
Then,
in fact, China wants Taiwan to do so in the future.
right.
Because Taiwan is different. China is different. China has once told Taiwan that if Taiwan accept the one country two system, Taiwan can keep its own armies.
Oh, the mainland Beijing allow them.
Yeah. So Taiwan is different. Taiwan's status is higher than Hong Kong and Macau.
I see.
Okay, so that's yes, although it's not very easy, okay, to compromise on this. So if this really happen, Taiwan has its own passport, own government, own bank, central bank, own army.
Right.
Okay.
So only name is one country, but these things are separately operating.
Yeah. So that when some perspective, you can see this is an innovation.
Right.
Innovation in international law, okay? Innovation. No one do that before, okay? Okay. So that whether we will succeed, okay, will depend on circumstances. But in fact, it's an innovation.
Right. So, but as you said, Beijing will allow Taiwan should have a separate army, but I don't think Beijing will be allowed if Taiwan still keep American force or foreign force.
Oh, of course.
That will be not allowed.
Yeah. Of course.
So that is also risky for Taiwan security, because if Taiwan give up all this military from abroad, from American and other country,
in fact,
that is main security.
In fact, Taiwan is also a difficulty for Taiwan. For the time being, for now, Taiwan can only buy weapons from United States.
Right.
So when you have only one seller, what will happen? I will sell you whatever I want to sell you, and charge you high prices.
Right.
You can have nothing to say.
So that is risky for Taiwan.
It's also risky for Taiwan
to give up American weapon and American forces.
In fact, Taiwan wants to buy weapons from other country, but there's this problem. One pressure from China, one pressure from United States.
Right.
So they only buy American weapons. Okay, but not the best weapons.
I guess Taiwan will willing to agree with Beijing if Beijing allowed to keep American weapon and American troops in Taiwan.
I think troops cannot be negotiated.
That's the problem.
Because troops is a symbol of sovereignty, okay, and intervention. But weapons can be happen. Iran also has kept some old American weapons.
Right. But I mean, Japan, South Korea, they also have American troops here.
Yeah, they are different because they have signed alliance treaties.
Well, Taiwan is also ally, you know.
Yes, but not a because that this is a ambiguity and diplomacy. Okay,
Right,
ambiguity diplomacy is a compromise between Nixon and Mao Zedong in the last century. Okay, we recognize the mainland China, but we keep a special relationship with Taiwan. This is compromise. Okay,
right. That is
because yes, this is compromise.
that
Okay,
is a
so
big,
that yes,
big deal.
China in fact Beijing knew about that, but at that time, okay, at that time, Beijing wanted American recognition and then to entry to United States, so that Beijing also must compromise.
Right.
Okay,
So it's big,
geopolitics is like that. Okay, geopolitics
right?
is international law. Okay, geopolitics is about politics. Okay, sometimes compromise is inevitable.
So it means there cannot be two policy, right? It should be one policy.
Yeah.
But
On
if,
surface, on document is one policy.
right, I mean,
But in
if
reality,
right,
two late.
I mean, if Beijing willing to accept Taiwan policy, you know, American troops will be based in Taiwan, and also Beijing should make ally with America. It means Taiwan policy. So that
Official Beijing will not accept, but
that, that
reality
that's why
maybe
I mean
accept.
Taiwan and Beijing will be united if Beijing follow Taiwan policy, like ally with America, accept troops in Taiwan. I mean, if Beijing agree the policy, they are they can unite it, but the Beijing may not accept that policy. So Beijing want keep their own Beijing policy, not to accept troops in Taiwan and not to be allied with America, military ally.
I
So
think
this means
yeah,
two policy is totally opposite. So it's difficult to combine that two policy that Taiwan be
yeah.
Taiwan Beijing issue, you know.
Yeah. It's difficult to combine. It's difficult to combine.
Right. Oh,
Okay,
it's,
it's difficult.
it's not just communist and democracy, the policy. I don't know for why Beijing side has difficult to follow Taiwan policy.
Yeah.
I
So I
don't
think it's okay. It will subject to change. Okay, and also subject to change in circumstances.
know. How do you think why Beijing has difficult to follow Taiwan policy?
Because I think it is a China. The United States tension with China will continue for the coming future. It
Why?
cannot be because after the breakup of United States, Soviet Union, okay, the only competitor to United States is China. Okay, in terms of economy and also maybe military. Okay, so that United States, from the perspective in the national interest of United States must engage and compete with China is inevitable. It cannot be resolved easily. However, they have crisis management. They will not turn down the table. But the competition between these superpowers will be continued.
I see. But last time they made some kind of a deal and exchange economy, and U.S. allow a lot of products to import Chinese food, and Chinese provide some kind of tax or some tariff or something. They have a good exchange that a kind of they are combination, and they make common interest. It seems there cannot be conflict and no need to worry for competition. They are mutually sharing something like that. It's cannot be happen long time such thing.
Yes, I think that this is because the relationship will not go to extreme one way or another. Okay. Sometimes they need to cooperate. Okay. Otherwise, we will be affect both parties. Okay. But overall speaking, they are still competitors. Okay. It cannot be erased. Okay. But on some issue, they need to compromise. Otherwise, although different presidents, okay, different administration will have different style to handle the tension with China. For example, if Donald Trump is elected, okay, Donald Trump will focus more on economy rather than human rights ideology. If Harris is elected, she will more on Taiwan issue or military, okay, Russian-Ukraine war, okay, etc. They may have different, okay, but overall speaking, okay, there is competitors. So that the right way or the appropriate way is how to manage the conflict, okay, not to cancel the conflict. It's not possible.
I see.
Geopolitics is competition, okay, and struggle. But however, we should handle it if in a careful way, in smart way, okay, we can control it and can to prevent escalation. Okay, in the Middle East, okay, it's also a risky, right? It's in crisis. But is that we have no chance to solve or de-escalate to prevent a total regional war? We can, okay, but we need to courage and wisdom to do it.
Right.
That's my observation. Yeah.
Right. So as you point out, US and China become main competitor at the
Yeah.
sport race. Yeah, it's no negotiation, you know. Any guy will be only try to win the game, you know. There is no meaning for negotiation for any race or any sport game, right? So I think in that context, China and US has to be compete. There is no meaning of negotiation.
I think competition is a main focus, but however, negotiation will sometimes like a lubricant, okay, to minimize the friction. This is also possible. In fact, China is unlike Russia, okay. I think Beijing still want to engage with Washington, okay, to solving some problems, okay. It's open to negotiation. Washington is too. They don't want to destroy China completely. It is not possible. Okay, competition. But however, if sometimes if in case if there is chances or the opportunities, they will still go to engagement and diplomacy to solve some important issues or critical problems.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, China also increasing, I mean, technology and weapon and all this sector. But can we say America is still ahead of China in all level, all in all? So it will be still the reason Beijing need to engage with Washington.
I think China military advancement is going up. It is true. It's true. Okay. But
Right.
American will not just sit here. Okay. The United States is still also researching. Okay. And advances is military technology. Okay.
Right.
So that I think there is still a gap. Okay, between advanced technology, but China is rising. Is rising.
Right.
So what United States should do is to try to slow down the process. Okay, slow down, just slow down. Okay, but it cannot be destroy the capability, military capability of China. Is impossible. Okay, just slow down. I think from United States perspective, this is reasonable. It's
Right.
reasonable. Okay, no
Right.
one wants to another one to more advanced than itself. It's reasonable. So that United States will do it, okay, but China will also do it to upgrade.
Right.
That is the fact. Okay.
But
So when at the end we don't know the answer. It is up to them
right.
to do
So
their own.
the the you know, last time I talked with one of technology
Yeah,
expert from Europe. In terms of technology, the West are still ahead of China and others. But China, in terms of number, increasing, like the warship or boats, or they are now building a lot of aircraft carrier, 3, 4, and
yeah,
increasing in terms of number, but the the technology and quality may be a little it still gap with the West.
yeah,
So
yeah.
once you want to destroy some other capability, you should have ahead of everything. If
Yeah,
you are not ahead of the in real time, just one step is you lost. You are still behind one step, it means you are still lost.
yeah,
So that's uh, China US competition in this position, but that US can also undermine easily Chinese growing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe do you think China can make stronger foothold if a lot of uh, regional actor can be unified? Like in terms of number, Asia is largest population, and also economically it will be largest in terms of economic side, and
Mm.
everything will be largest. So if all regional country can unify, it can make China's positions much stronger hold than right now. And
And I think
it, it
Japan.
can be overcome Western, do you think?
I think, but realistically, I think Japan and South Korea will not unify or align with China. I don't think so. I don't think so. For because North Korea is still an issue. Okay, how can Japan and South Korea align with China if North Korea issue is still not resolved? North Korea is still supported by China. Okay, by China, although not militarily. Okay, but economically and in diplomacy. Okay, China is still behind North Korea. For India, I think India position is very hustle. Okay, India wants to has its own position.
Right,
It will not ally either side.
right,
It will not only ally West. Okay, it will not. Okay, although it is some good with China. Although also India has very close relationship with Russia.
right,
Yeah. In fact, in the Cold War, during the Cold War period, Soviet Union has a very close relationship with Russia, more than China. Many weapons in the Cold War period were made from Soviet Union. Okay,
right,
so that India is not alive for any of them. Okay, he is not a strategic partner for one side. Okay, he has his own initiative. So that I think the unification among these all countries to offset the rest, I think is very unlikely.
Yeah,
Very unlikely.
it's clear. India is militarily, they are strongly engaged with Russia. You know,
Yeah.
recent days, they have
Yeah.
official signed document between India and Russia,
Yeah. Yeah.
cooperation military between India and
Yeah.
Russia. So
So,
before
as you know,
also, before also they have a military cooperation. Now
yeah.
they and stronger cooperation.
Yeah.
Not much with America, you know, not much,
Yeah.
not with China, you know,
Yeah.
but they only cooperate Indo-Pacific for just strategic and logistic purpose, you know. They never will sign or make an
Yeah.
agreement with a
Yeah.
Western country.
Yeah.
India is like that, you know, but let's see how much it can foothold its own position. We don't know.
Yeah. You are right. You are right. You are right.
Here, India
Yeah.
is
Yeah. India has his own interest.
its
Okay.
own vision, its own
Yeah.
vision.
Ambition. Yeah. Ambition. Ambition. He will not ally easily. Okay. With either China and West. In fact, I think his most close ally is Russia.
Right. They are
Yeah.
doing close alike, but the problem is Russia. How do you think Russia will be more militarily willing to work with India, or they were willing to work with China?
I think military, it will come close strong support for India rather than China.
So in terms of example, military conflict between India and China, Russia will be with China or with India?
I think Russia will just say we sell with them weapons only. Okay, I need to do business. Okay, China cannot campaign.
Right. I
Okay,
mean,
yes, but although Russia will not vocally support India in on military terms, okay,
right,
it will not support, but it will sell them weapons.
right. So I mean, it will be not be fixed cooperation, you know, because
Yeah,
when Russia position also changed when
yeah,
Western too much pressure and threaten Russia, China
yeah,
is uh, uh, Russia is running to China to
yeah,
cooperate.
yeah,
So that time, Russia need again China.
yeah. In
When
fact, this game is like a power game in the
right,
in every the position will change easily.
right,
Okay,
up and
not
down,
like that
up and down.
in the Cold War. There are two sides. Okay, the democratic camp and the socialist camp is not anymore.
Right,
Change easily.
right. So it is clear if not much pressure, uh, Russia will be willing to work with India if
Yeah,
Russia has not much pressure from the West.
yeah,
But if the West has too much pressure on Russia, Russia will closer to China. Like
yeah,
that, you know, the game is
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. And
yeah,
so India is also cannot expect
yeah,
Russia support
yeah,
always because it is changeable. Because
yeah, changeable.
Russia is willing to support India once no pressure from the West.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah,
if too much
yeah,
pressure, they go to China.
yeah. So it's
So,
changing game.
and China also doesn't want to work too much with Russia in terms of
Yes,
economy or
certainly,
something like
certainly,
but
certainly,
no,
certainly.
no benefit from Russia, China.
Yeah,
China
yeah,
feels
yeah.
no benefit from Russia.
This is changing.
Right. So cooperating with the West, America, China get more profit, more economic profit, and I mean recently, 2, 3 decades, China economic growth is because they cooperating with the America and the West.
Yeah,
If they don't cooperate, remain with Russia, China will not develop such
yeah,
economic growth, right?
yeah, yeah. Yes.
So China no is no benefit for staying with Russia for long time. So can you say after Deng Xiaoping or uh, his time they start strongly cooperation with America?
I think it depends on circumstances, but I think that China still wants to engage with West. Okay, in West. Okay, not only United States, also Western Europe. Okay, even Australia. Okay, you know for a period, the China-Australian relationship is not very good. Okay, but in the recent time, there's still some improvement. So that I think engagement with the West and the other democratic states, I think China will still continue to do so. China, that's unlike Russia. Okay, China wants to dialogue with all parties. Okay,
Right,
so also as you can see, so that China will not put aside wholly to Russia, because if we wholly on Russia, then the Western Europe will not be like it. Okay, will not like this situation. Okay, so that China will make a very smart approach to dealing these problems.
right. China already experienced, I guess, during Mao, at the beginning of Mao rule, they are strongly restricted and Mao did not want to cooperate with the West. That
Yeah.
time China was very poor and very hardship,
Yeah.
about cooperation. So China
So
already
yeah,
experienced no
yeah,
meaning for no it's
yeah,
useless for
yeah,
cooperating. So
yeah,
cooperate after then they grow economy and the livelihood of Chinese people
yeah,
grow and
yeah,
even
yeah,
nobody expected communists
yeah,
will become
yeah,
famous before everybody hate communists, I guess. Nowadays a good number of Chinese population did not blame anything on communist party, I guess.
okay.
Thank you
Okay,
very
okay.
much,
Thank you.
Professor Singh.